I'll let him talk about it, but he had fun. University of Texas, football and baseball. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, so I had a really good time there. I'd really be happy going there in the future. But yeah, I really had a good time going there and going with my dad. Just a really good experience for me and him, yeah.
I think the cool part is it was sports nowadays. Kids get recruited, they get looked at early. So just to be able to take him to a school where he would dream about playing, and he's so talented. He's so good at basketball, football, baseball. He's got a bright future. She's amazingly talented too, and they're both dreamers, but they work hard at it. They're talented, and that's what life's about. These kind of experiences.
I want to start this segment off by saying the more father figures you have in your life, the better you are. And I don't know about y'all, but I saw this situation between Russell Wilson and Lil Future coming a mile away. As soon as Sierra and Russell Wilson got married, and you saw early how Russell Wilson, how much he was involved in Lil Future's life, and how much Big Future is not involved. Of now, according to what we see on socials or whatever, come on, y'all. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. We know how Future operates. We see what type of lifestyle he's living and how many other kids he has. So we know how much time he's not spending with Little Future. He's not, y'all. So what happens when you don't spend that quality time with your son? Especially when it's another man in the house that's married to the mother of your child. This is going to hurt a lot of men's ego. It's going to hurt a lot of men's pride. But in the back of their mind, they've been thinking this the whole time. They developed their own father son relationship without you. This is the price you pay for not being there, for not spending time with your kid. And to the more mature ones that are tapped in, maybe it's not a price you're paying necessarily. Maybe it's something that is needed in your situation, because maybe Russell Wilson can add the tools of fatherhood that maybe you don't have yet, which will make your son a much better man and a much better person down the road. Because in the end, that's what counts, right? No, 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 not your ego. Not the fact that maybe you want to get back at your baby mama or something. I don't know. Not the fact that you're going to get out of something out of your seed, but just the fact of, damn, my son is a better man than me. That's the goal of all of this, and that's where I'm coming from, man. The more tools and the more good people, more useful people that you have in your kids' life, the better off they're going to be. But damn it, you got to put in the work too. I remember several years ago, I don't know, 7 years ago or whatever, when Nick Cannon first started having all of these damn kids all over the place. And that's not nothing negative towards the kids, of course. It's toward Nick Cannon, because he's the one that made the decision to wow out, no pun intended, and and impregnate everybody who he saw. So I remember at the time I was arguing, dog, this is a bad decision. How is he going to go from house to house, crib to crib, and spend time with all of these kids in these different cities, in these different houses? It is impossible to do it right. To do it right. Now, if you just want to do it and be a ghost father or a FaceTime father, fine. But you're not finna get nothing out of that. Your kids ain't gonna respect your authority later on. You think you can punish somebody through an iPhone on FaceTime? When these kids get 13, 14, 15 years old, they start thinking for themselves. They start making their own decisions. They start thinking that, hey, I don't need you. You haven't been here. You FaceTime me. You're not here when I need you, when I'm crying at night for something. You're not here when when mama's not here and we desperately need some attention or we need some help with something. You're not here. Your presence matter. Do you know what you mean to these kids? Oh, you don't. You don't know what you mean to these kids. And this is no slight or no diss, but it's because you didn't have it. So you don't recognize or know that, damn, Superman is here. Daddy is here. That's what you are to them, to your kids. And I think that's a lot of the issues that some men have. Not all men, but some men have, is that if a lot of men recognize and knew who they are in these kids' lives and what they represent and the impact that they directly have on these kids with their absence and with their presence, it will make a world of difference. But that's the problem, dog. See, Russell Wilson and Little Future, and why this is compelling to me, is because it's what kids respond to. They respond to who shows up. They respond to who invests real time with them. Not when you on the red carpet. Not when y'all doing activities or something for the camera. It's those quality times when you at home or when you going with your son on his first college road trip or his first college visiting tour or whatever. See, the hard truth about fatherhood is that biology matters, yes, but presence matters way more. Way more, especially the kids. You can't disappear and expect for the connection to be there. You can't expect for that connection to be there later. Oh, I'm gonna just let him, grow up and be a baby and do what he do, and we can connect later. Nah, dog. Parenting is not a title. It's daily work, in and out. See, Russell Wilson represents stability, presence, and intentional fatherhood. Intentional fatherhood. Being there because I want to be there. Being there because it is necessary. Being there because I have to do this because it's within me and my character. See, we got a cultural issue, y'all. We do a societal. This is more of a societal issue than a cultural issue because we have normalized absentee fathers and emotional distance from men. That's not cool. And it ain't nothing recent. This been going on. This been going on for years. This absentee father bullshit. And you see how society is today, a fatherless society. Because most people, I think now, most people do not grow up with their fathers in the home. People growing up with fathers, like, or just people, period. You have to know both. First off, you need both, father and mother, both in the home. Essential and important for growth and just human development. But you need to know the mannerisms. You need to know how a man reacts to certain things, how a man is supposed to lead, how a man is supposed to correct himself, how a man is supposed to handle himself in certain situations, how a man handle himself with the police, how he handles himself in public. Just it's these little nuanced things that you can only get by spending quality time with your kids. So look, this is not about Future and bashing him at all, but it is about responsibility. And it ain't too late for Big Future. It's never too late, but right now it's not too late for him to really have an impact and insert his ideals on his son instead of them all coming from Russell Wilson. Because Lil Future called Russell Wilson his pops. He called him his daddy. That connection is there and it's real. Like people be surprised that when kids act out and a respect ain't there because you ain't been there. You have not provided them any guidance or anything for them to trust with you. So if you don't build a relationship early, like somebody else will shape your child's perspective for you, and that's exactly what's going on with Russell Wilson and Lil Future. And honestly, y'all, like it's probably for the greater good of that boy, really. But this story ain't gonna end. This is gonna be a long-standing social experiment with Russell Wilson, Future, Sierra, and Lil Future. It's a complex dynamic, man. But you got to be there for these kids. You have to spend that essential time with them in the home because kids do not bond with your potential; they bond with your presence.